Here we are, on our way once again to one of our favorite rivers, the Current. The excitement and anticipation continued to build amongst everyone as we progressed. Conversations about previous trips and what events this one may bring occupied our time. This trip was especially important to us as we were meeting new friends for the first time. Some of our most memorable trips on this river were when we have shared its unique qualities and splendor with others who have never paddled it before. With that in mind, we hope for ideal conditions and a perfect run.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing.
You can put it on like
So
that.
this is what cue the wind. Yeah, that's one thing about Warner. They love dirt paddles.
Recreational paddle.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hey, dirt dauber.
Dirt dauber.
Yeah. Watch these root balls.
I remember a few. I mean, I know for timber and logs, things like that, but not all of them.
Always point positive.
What's that?
Always point positive. Don't point at something bad.
Gotcha.
So if you're
Okay.
coming up and you see a good line, like, beside you, you always point at the good line. Never be like, hey, watch out for that.
Because they'll go right to it.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Okay.
Always point positive. Rapid play, rapid open.
Okay.
Hey, go right up against that boulder. I might be in trouble.
What's that?
What?
Stay left against that boulder. It's gonna be real shallow.
Ah.
Like right against it.
Said hug the boulder because you might scrub here. A little too shallow. Hug the boulder to your left.
There's a gravel bar right here.
Yep.
Trying to push dirt knob and keep it.
Everywhere else is a rock beach. Just the upper part.
Step too deep. That drives me nuts having water slosh around here.
I've got a little bit in the bottom of mine, but it's warm enough, so I'm fine.
You okay? Yeah. Oh, gotcha. The staples in life, right?
Try to do it.
I gotcha. That's a good sign.
A mouse bear.
I don't think so.
Was it? It was right beside your.
That's my stuff out man.
That's a bear. Isn't it? That is a bear.
That's a bear, buddy.
She had a bear
It
under
was
her tarp.
under my head. It came up under my head.
Hey Brian, is that standard military issue?
No, this is Tortuga coffee that Brenda and I brought back from Jamaica. We try to go to Jamaica just about every year, and of course COVID kind of hit and knocked that out this last year. But we've been waiting to break into this stuff. It's supposed to be grown in a unique circumstance. So this Gold rum coffee.
The taste of the Caribbean. So they grow this in their septic fields, is that right?
You know, it's entirely possible. I don't know. I just hope it's strong because I need it. After Brenda's bear episode, I was hoping to get at least an hour of sleeping in today. But it was like waking up with your children on Christmas.
So you're not going to pour the whole thing in there, are you?
Oh, God, no.
Okay, I still say that'd be rather strong.
Yeah.
Everybody's breaking down after the first morning. Getting ready to get back out on the river again. So far, we've been lucky. Hey, John. How's it going?
Keep going on, buddy. Need help on anything there?
I'm getting close, thank you.
Just let me know we talk.
You know what? We gotta tell Pete about your purple hammock.
I like my purple hammock. You know purple's for royalty, right?
Yeah, keep dreaming. Hey. You want to race?
Just say when, sir.
Let's go, into the bluff. Ready? That boat looks like it's effortless.
It makes it a lot easier, but in this river, don't turn around.
Well, it's a trade-off.
Yeah.
Conversations ensued, matching the pace of the trip. We began to learn more about each other as we talked, shared stories, and laughed. The river was working the magic it always does, bringing folks together in a series of serene moments.
That last thread of I've got this, you know? And I mean, you feel that back end come around a little bit, and you're like, just don't let there be any loose gravel in the turn, and I'm golden, you know? And I boom right around it. We get to another stretch, he comes right up in front of me. Get to the corner, he can back off of it, and I'm right around that.
Oh man, that sounds like fun.
You get aggressive much?
Oh, so. All right, we just finished up day 2. Ash is making his nest. Are you settled in, man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just looking for some food.
Oh, we got plenty of that, brother. Fire's up, man. Brenda, how you doing, honey?
Better now that the cameras aren't going to.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm done.
Oh, you're done. So I'm safe, right?
Yeah.
Y'all set? Got your boat all put away. Oh, looks good. So.
We're not putting this under there tonight.
What's that? Oh, yeah,
well,
no
I
kidding.
set it underneath there, and I think that's where the.
What, you don't want to
I
invite
don't want any more bears.
invite another animal into your. So we've had residual rain off and on all day today, and they actually forecasted a lot more than what we got, so it's a blessing. It's been a great day, good trip. Nevertheless, got the Kelty 16 there, laid out as much surface area as I can get, just in case we need to get under there here in a little bit. So we're going to cook up some food, have some fellowship. It's been a great day. River Kings are awesome bunch of guys. It's been a good time. And of course there's Kevin Champ, the man, the legend. You gonna come out of that dry suit?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Are you?
Yeah, it'll probably start raining about the time I do. But I need to breathe.
Oh yeah, roger that, man. John, you good to go?
You tell me.
You look confused.
I stay confused. I live in a constant state of confusion.
So there's all the friends gathered around the newly made fire. So this river can come up pretty quick. And what I've done is I've cut a stick for gauge, because they are calling for more rain. It's actually starting to drop some rain right now. And what I'll do is check this by morning, and for any reason, if that is at the level I've notched, we'll probably reconsider tomorrow night's campsite, which is Indian Creek. Beautiful campsite, but when the water's up, that creek can bring the water, so we just want to make sure that we're
Going back in it.
absolutely make sure we're covered. So here comes the rain, and here comes the tarp. Okay, thank you, baby. If you want to come under here for a minute, hopefully we don't lose that fire.
Yeah.
Do what?
I didn't.
You didn't?
I didn't leak. I treated mine the other day and it didn't.
I didn't, but that limb falling down the middle of the night?
Well, that's what we heard. That was this morning.
Yeah.
It went whack.
Yeah, it was a couple hours ago. There it is.
I heard it go
Had
right
that-
a crash, and I thought it was on down through there. It sounded like it was bigger.
No, it was enough to bust the guy line over here and land on the tarp.
Because I heard water coming off.
It's still there, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I knew you wouldn't miss an opportunity, my friend.
But my friend Brian is asleep, minding his own business, and this rude intruder lands on his tarp and broke a guy line. But I mean, that's like
That's a testament to
that's a
Kelty right there.
testament to the Noah's tarp.
Yeah, absolutely. This is. Oh, and you were busting on me. What are you doing? What is that?
It's crow feather.
Oh, it is indeed. Oh, is that the spoils of the crow that took your trail mix yesterday?
I wish. I wished I had his head done.
Did he get the? Did he get the whole bag?
No, just part of it.
I got you.
Plus, never connect yours
to somebody else's on these sizes of trees? Because I did this on
Yes.
that's
Well, every time Ashley tossed and turned, she got a ride.
You're like, oh. We did 3 hooked to the same tree in the center.
Did you see
It's just been a
that
while
thing
since
crash
I
down on me?
tried.
Did you?
I just woke up and I heard this.
I was sleeping so good. I just woke
I
up.
thought
Yeah,
somebody was
I
making
went
a
right back to
fire.
bed.
Is that a hint, Brenda?
This is day 3, and I'm gonna go down and check the gauge stick, see how much water we gained last night. It rained all night long, which is good. Makes for good sleep. And yes, it has come up probably, what would you say, John? 3-4 inches?
No.
Yeah. When I threw that up, it was about 2-3 feet off the line right here.
Right at the edge.
Oh no. No. Yeah, it's not bad. So I guess right, about 3-4 inches maybe. So it did rain all night, so it's come up a little bit. Clarity's still good. Flow's really good. Yeah, it's gonna be a good run today. Great place to bring the family. Good river, friendly river. Nothing tricky, nothing major. I think we mentioned that in a previous video. But what makes this trip, or any trip for that matter, the people you go with, your friends, your family. And these new friends are absolutely awesome. Good people, genuine. They are, as you see them on their channel, that is their personality. And they are a dynamic group. It's salt of the earth, good people. All right, they're getting ahead of me here. I'm gonna go pack up my stuff. We'll get down the river. See you at camp.
We're gonna finish. Said you need to finish. And he's like, okay, you know, so we run.
What's that? Oh, Eddie?
Lean that boat.
Go, JJ!
The rains increased, but nobody seemed to care. We were hopeful that there'd be another opportunity to gather around the fire so that we could enjoy a dry evening and each other's company.
A few decided to stop at Blue Spring. We were looking forward to our new friends experiencing one of the deepest springs in the country. So we paddled up the spring tributary a bit and hiked the rest of the way to the source. Due to the rains, the spring took on a deep turquoise rather than its clear deep blue that we expected. Nevertheless, it was still beautiful.
All right, so this is definitely River King style with these guys. This is some ingenuity right here. So it's been raining all day and most of the night last night. So this is their solution to this, and this is some skill. Knots of all equations and all dynamics. They've got tarp to tarp going on here. All gauges of line. So they've got, as they've explained to me, the 2-car garage here.
/ movie theater.
That is awesome.
So Kevin is using, this is the Noah's Tarp 16 in the super shelter formation that Pete invented.
Nice.
And works real good for us. Mine is new and it leaked on me last night.
Ooh.
Which makes for the 16-foot boat garage now.
Roger that.
Same tarp. And then I am using, this is a Warbonnet Superfly with doors.
So you brought out the good stuff for tonight.
Yeah. We're gonna stay dry tonight.
Good move. Did you have to treat that before, or has it out of the box been great?
No, out of the box. Now we did seam seal it just to be on the safe side, just the seams.
Gotcha.
But other than that, it's a Warbonnet Blackbird hammock and a Warbonnet Superfly.
Can't go wrong with Warbonnet. Outstanding. XLC?
No, just a Blackbird. I'm not as tall as you.
Gotcha. Yeah, Brenda wants exactly what I have. She'd be swimming in it.
We use it. Pete and I have got Blackbirds. Kevin is going for the XLC. He's going to be upgrading up to it.
He'll love it. Yeah, outstanding.
Our River Kings Pro Tip of the Week.
Yeah, I saw that last night.
This is $17 on Amazon.
Sweet.
And perfect height for you to reach out of and get stuff out of your hammock. I move it up there when I go to bed. And for the price, you can't beat.
Yeah, I need to acquire one of those.
Yeah.
That's great, man. Well, we'll be over later to kick you out of your home.
we might be in the theater.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
So we got our camp set up over here. We came in Indian Creek and pulled up here. Pete and all the boys, they're set up over there.
So since we've arrived here, the water in our little Indian Creek has come up probably a few inches. So as Pete and I were walking through here a moment ago, he made a really good observation. If you look closely, the camera's a little wet, but you can see leaves and debris moving down the creek. That means it's picking up new material. So it's rising a little bit, but our camp, we're pretty elevated. We're gonna have to bring the boats up. Still raining. We are easily 24 hours of straight rain. Yeah, no kidding. John's spotlighting me. As you can see the backlight back here. We are all gathered underneath our Noah 16, which is nice and dry. The River Kings and some of us are having a good conversation by a fire, which is miraculously still burning. But rain non-stop, and now the forecast for tomorrow, according to our devices, is 90%.
Yep.
So it's increasing, not lessening. We are at Indian Creek, and in a second here, I've got to get some stuff out of my kayak. We pulled them up. I'm going to walk you down there and show you just how much it's come up since the first video I showed you earlier today. All right, so let's go down and take a look at this. I'm going to venture out here. I'm still in my dry suit, and yet there is another spider. Evidently, I just attract these things.
They're everywhere. They're all over my stuff.
Yeah, no kidding. Maybe you can see that. It's a GoPro lens, but there's the silhouette. Very cinematic, if you can see it. So, we're gonna go down here. I'm gonna switch the camera around.
down the sandy mud hill. We had to bring the kayaks up. Still raining. Fire is still actually going, which is amazing. From the earlier video, you saw the levels. Well, here it is now. That was a good 5-6 feet from the fire. It's raised a little bit. It's a pretty deep channel. You can see it's clouding up a little bit. The elements can do what they want to do. It's just all about the challenge. You don't come out here in fair weather all the time. You expect it, you hope for it, but it doesn't always work out the way you plan, so you got to relinquish control and just go with it. And a dry suit helps.
So all the way down. My
what are you
legs
making
are
there?
steaming. This is tortilla soup. Look, I'm so excited.
Yes.
Looks good.
Yes.
We're finally
yummy.
breaking in the Christmas gift there.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That looks good, doesn't it?
What are you doing, bro?
I'm doing Mountain House. Mine's not going to be as good as her soup is, I don't think.
Well, look, I got to go
But
down and
it'll
dig
work.
in the boat for mine, so we're good. So, yeah, I left the GoPro case open. Everything's nice and wet, but...
I've got a really wet GoPro 8 if anybody can find it.
Oh, yeah, we didn't mention that. So, before we even got started...
No, it was after we got started, it's just not very long.
What, less than 100 yards? We lost a GoPro 8. We've lost cameras before, but not that early in the trip.
Well, it was a very, very good lesson on using a tether on the GoPro mount in case the clips break when it gets caught on something. So I highly recommend that if you're going to do anything where it could fall into the water or fall off a cliff, that you go ahead and put a tether around the bottom of that mount above the clip so that if it starts to fall, it'll stop it. And sadly, I learned the hard way.
And in the beginning, you know, there was a lesson in self-preservation, so Ashley made the right choice to keep his boat upright and his body out of the water, since his dry suit has not come in yet. And getting wet at that point would have been a damper, no pun intended, on the trip.
Yeah, that would have.
So, you know, cameras can be replaced, friends can't. So, yeah, good lesson to learn there, definitely. John, technical difficulties?
Yes.
John is in cargo shorts and wrapped in a whoopee. A little close to the edge. I didn't want it to pick up heat.
Now, Brian,
And another spider. Yeah. I have been plagued by these guys this entire trip. My dry suit was filled with those guys.
My ear! I'm sure you'll get all of them out, Brian. Don't worry about it.
oh, dude, yes, they are everywhere. That's funny. You're going to feel them crawling inside your suit while you're in the boat today.
That's where you hang it in that closet.
Oh, this is great. All that's coming.
Needless
Hey,
to
a little
say,
baby one came off of that
yeah,
one.
it's going to be zipped up tonight, nice and tight. So I'm trying to dry out all the gear here.
Yeah, in this humidity, I don't think it's going to happen.
Probably not. Leaving some stuff in the waterproof bag. I've got the hammock gear underquilt protector on board. Underneath that is the hammock gear 10 degree, 2 ounce fill, 4 ounce fill underquilt. And then, of course, the Kelty Noah 16, which is bone dry. Now, what I do recommend is if you order a Kelty or any tarp for that matter, just pick up some silicone spray, spray the outside, let it cure, couple days, hit it with another coat, and you will be good to go. Some of our buddies here had some issues. They've had tarps for years and they had some leaks. No big deal. Doesn't mean it's a bad tarp. Just means sometimes the treatment doesn't get equally spread over the whole surface area. So if you just hit it with a coat of that, maybe every season or every other season, you're good to go. I mean, I'm dry as a bone under here and friends are enjoying it, so we're good.
An extra stripe on the seals wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, man. Yeah, some aqua seal maybe on the seals. Just take a paintbrush, just go over that. There's all kinds of methods on YouTube. And I learn from others. Take what works and, you know, don't worry about the stuff that doesn't. Find your own way. All right, man, I am hungry. Guys, good night, and we will see you tomorrow.
And the rivers come up all the way up the hill.
So we have got everything packed up. We're under the last, I've left my tarp up so we have some shelter. We're waiting for light. And what we're gonna do, it's hard to assess anything in the dark, of course, and we're not gonna run this river in the dark. So as we come out of here, where the tributary of this creek dumps into the river, we'll be able to assess exactly what's going on. So as we get further, the river is gonna continue to widen. So the impact of the rising waters is yet to be determined whether or not we abort and we just paddle out about 30 miles and end the trip, or whether or not, and also depending on the conditions at the campsite that we've got plotted, we may stay another night on the river as planned. But as they say, safety first, not to sound cliche. All right, it's about 4 o'clock in the morning. We got our stuff almost packed up. We were alerted by the sound of rushing water. And then we heard Pete shortly after shout across to us. I don't know if you can see this in the dark. I guess I'll know in post how well you can see this. But this was the little hill we climbed. This was the creek we showed you before. There's our campsite. This water here is probably 6, 7, 8 feet deep, where we could wade across it before. I don't know if you can see the shore way on the other side, but this is flooding. I believe the Kings have got their stuff packed up as well. They've been chatting back and forth to each other. So it's going to be a rush ride out of here in the morning. Whether we stay another night depends on a lot, but this rain has not stopped since it started. It's been off and on all day, rained all last night, starting yesterday evening. So this is what you expect on the river, period. Good friends, be responsible, we'll play it safe, we'll get out of here.
So it's now almost 10 after 6. You can see where the water's come up to the bank. Well, this wasn't a bank before. See the tree line out there. Here's Brian with me.
Greetings.
We've had so much rain past couple days, last night especially, and first night is, or gosh, it's been the whole time almost. And so that tree line out there was above a bank of gravel that led down to the river. And this was a rather big incline. We're now on basically a peninsula.
At morning light, we ferried our boats across the swollen creek and joined the rest of the group. After discussion and considering some good observations made by Pete and the others within the crew, the decision was made to remain here for the time being and monitor the river. There were hopes the water would begin to recede at some point during the day. But as the morning progressed, we all realized that was not likely to happen. Despite the situation we found ourselves in, the camaraderie we had come to find amongst ourselves only grew. We were grateful for each other's company and collective experience.
Pete, Austin, and Dirt Dauber decided to hike out and locate a trail that we believed to be nearby. Fortunately for all of us, they found a segment of the Ozark Trail and continued on to a rural road. There, a small bit of cell service was established. With a call, contact was made with rangers and state officials who had been looking for us. We were extremely grateful for their concern and diligence.
This is Kent. He came down to help us get out of here or save us. You know, the river's going up too fast, so we're getting out of here.
Well, you guys saved yourselves by doing the right thing and pulling out, so that's good.
Well, we appreciate you coming down and checking on us and making sure everything's good.
You're welcome. Have a safe trip home.
We will. Appreciate it.
The trek out to extract ourselves would be a difficult one, carrying boats over moderately challenging terrain. As one crew, we worked together and eventually arrived at the truck and trailer waiting for us at the top of the river valley. Thank you, Two Rivers Canoe Rental. They were there for us, graciously.
back down the hill for another
To get more.
kayak. It's fun carrying them up this hill, and the trailers up
Just
there.
carried him several hundred yards and dragged him through woods.
Yep.
So we found out what happened. We've been paddling this river for a long time, but we had literally, no pun intended, the perfect storm. So Jack's Fork and the current river both received heavy amounts of precipitation.
And where they met at Two Rivers.
So they're both contributing. So below Two Rivers, it just exploded, and we were right down from that point. So we've been on this river in high water before, but never to this magnitude, because usually, as we were just told, either one or the other gets a lot of precipitation. So that's why we really never encountered what we just encountered.
So in other words, we're doing all-terrain kayaking.
So in other words, the planets align just right to create just the right conditions to ensure that we have the best cardio workout on the planet.
We've been having to come up here. There's a drop off before this, and then down another trail through the woods across the creek. Been lots of fun. Here they come up the hill.
We'll get right here and take a break.
So Brian, Pete, and Austin are going to run down and get the cars with the trailers on them, bring them up. We'll reload the boats here at the main road, take them down, because he said that Suburban couldn't pull all those boats all the way back to Van Buren. And then we're going to hopefully go check in at the landing for a night, get a hot shower, hot meal, and then rest for the evening, head back out, and then we'll head back to Tri-Cities tomorrow. Oh yeah, all-terrain kayaking. Do what? Okay. So here we are back at the landing. We stayed here coming in, didn't expect to stay here going out, but it's gonna feel good tonight. Here's the river, and it's gonna be coming up more overnight again. You can see the buildings and all the stuff underwater over there across the river. Crazy.
As we headed home, we reflected on the trip. Although it did not go the way we had hoped for our new friends, we realized that the experience enhanced the journey that may otherwise not have had the impact that it did. Friendships were forged, knowledge was gained, and memories were made that will last a lifetime. To quote the River Kings, the events made for a great adventure and a better story. Leaving Missouri, we managed to catch the edge of the front that had so greatly changed the course of our trip. We weren't dismayed, but in the end grateful.
And it winds around all the way over there. Yeah, that's pretty massive. So that's part of the system. That river, it took it from normal levels to dangerously high levels.
We will miss our friends and hope our paths cross again in the future.